Question 1. What does this road sign indicate? A. Stop and wait for traffic. B. Give way to other traffic. C. You have the right of way. D. Road closed ahead. Answers is B. Give way to other traffic. This sign is a give way sign. It means you must give way to all other vehicles and pedestrians before proceeding, stopping if necessary. Question 2. What is the general speed limit in a New Zealand urban area unless otherwise signposted? A. 80 km per hour. B. 50 km per hour. C. 100 km per hour. D. 70 km per hour. Answers is B. 50. In New Zealand, the default speed limit in urban areas defined as areas with street lighting and houses close together is 50, unless different signage is present. Question 3. When approaching this sign, what must you do? A. Slow down and proceed. B. Stop completely, then give way. C. Only stop if other traffic is present. D. Yield to vehicles on the left. Answers is B. Stop completely, then give way. This is a stop sign. You must bring your vehicle to a complete stop before the stop line, or as close as practicable, and give way to all traffic before proceeding. Question 4. When are you permitted to park on a yellow line? A. For a short time to drop off passengers. B. Only on weekends. C. Never at any time. D. If you remain in the vehicle. Answers is C. Never at any time. A yellow line painted near the curb indicates a area. You are not permitted to stop or park a vehicle on a yellow line at any time, even for a short period. Question 5. What does this sign tell you about the road ahead? A. Sharp bend to the left. B. Dangerous curve to the right. C. Road merges from the right. D. Right turn only ahead. Answers is B. Dangerous curve to the right. This warning sign indicates that there is a dangerous curve to the right ahead. You should slow down and be prepared to steer through the bend safely. Question 6. What should you do if you are being overtaken by another vehicle? A. Maintain your speed or slow slightly. B. Speed up to prevent them from passing. C. Signal right and move over. D. Flash your headlights. Answers is A. Maintain your speed or slow slightly. When another vehicle is overtaking you, it is important to assist them by maintaining your current speed or slowing slightly if needed. Do not increase your speed. Question 7. What does this sign mean for heavy vehicles? A. Heavy vehicles must turn left. B. No entry for goods vehicles. C. Heavy vehicles parking area. D. Heavy vehicles only. Answers is B. No entry for goods vehicles. This prohibitory sign indicates no entry for goods vehicles. It means trucks and other large goods vehicles are not permitted to enter the road or area beyond the sign. Question 8. What is the minimum following distance you should allow in good dry conditions? A. 1 car length. B. A gap. C. Half a second gap. D. 3 car lengths. Answers is B. A gap. The recommended minimum following distance in good dry conditions is a gap. This gives you enough time to react and stop safely if the vehicle in front suddenly brakes. Question 9. What does this sign indicate about the road ahead? A. Road under construction. B. Uneven road surface. C. Road is slippery when wet. D. Speed bump ahead. Answers is B, uneven road surface. This warning sign indicates that the road ahead has an uneven surface. You should reduce your speed and drive with caution to maintain control of your vehicle. Question 10. Who has priority at an uncontrolled intersection if you are turning right? A. Vehicles turning left. B. All vehicles coming towards you. C. Vehicles already in the intersection. D. Pedestrians only. Answers is B. All vehicles coming towards you. At an uncontrolled intersection, if you are turning right, you must give way to all vehicles coming towards you that are going straight or turning left. You also give way to all vehicles approaching from your right. Question 11. What does this sign indicate? A. Overtaking permitted. B. No overtaking. C. Overtaking lane ahead. D. Slow moving vehicles only. Answers is B. No overtaking. This prohibitory sign indicates no overtaking. It means you must not overtake other motor vehicles on this stretch of road until the restriction is lifted by an end of no overtaking sign. Question 12. When must you use your vehicle's headlights? A. Only at night. B. Half an hour after sunset until half an hour before sunrise. C. When it's raining heavily. D. Only in fog or mist. Answers is B. Half an hour after sunset until half an hour before sunrise. In New Zealand, you must use your vehicle's headlights from half an hour after sunset until half an hour before sunrise. You should also use them in poor visibility conditions. Question 13. What does this sign warn about? A. Steep descent ahead. B. Steep ascent ahead. C. Road narrows ahead. D. Speed hump ahead. Answers is B. Steep ascent ahead. This warning sign indicates a steep ascent uphill gradient ahead. You should be prepared to select a lower gear to maintain power and speed. Question 14. What is the main purpose of ABS braking system? A. To reduce stopping distance. B. To maintain steering control during hard braking. C. To increase vehicle speed safely. D. To make the brake pedal feel softer. Answers is B. To maintain steering control during hard braking. ABS helps prevent the wheels from locking up during heavy braking, allowing the driver to maintain steering control and potentially avoid obstacles while braking. Question 15. What does this sign mean for a driver? A. One-way road. B. No entry. C. Give way to oncoming traffic. D. Road ends ahead. Answers is B. No entry. This prohibitory sign means no entry or do not enter. It indicates that vehicles are not permitted to enter the road or area beyond the sign, usually because it's a one-way street in the opposite direction. Question 16. What is the safest way to deal with a blind spot when changing lanes? A. Rely solely on your mirrors. B. Look over your shoulder. C. Signal and hope for the best. D. Speed up quickly. Answers is B. Look over your shoulder. Do not show everything. To check your blind spot, you must briefly look over your shoulder in the direction you intend to move, after checking your mirrors and signalling. Question 17. What does this sign warn you about? A. Roadworks ahead. B. Slippery road ahead. C. Loose gravel. D. Sharp turn. Answers is B. Slippery road ahead. This warning sign indicates a slippery road ahead. Drivers should reduce speed and increase following distance, especially in wet or icy conditions, as the road surface may have grip. Question 18. How should you react to a yellow traffic light? A. Speed up to cross before red. B. Stop if it is safe to do so. C. Proceed with caution. D. Only stop if there is cross traffic. Answers is B. Stop if it is safe to do so. A yellow traffic light means the light is about to turn red. You must stop if it is safe to do so. Only proceed if you are so close to the intersection that stopping suddenly would be dangerous. Question 19. What does this mandatory sign require? A. Turn left only. B. Proceed straight ahead. C. Turn right only. D. No U-turn allowed. Answers is B. Proceed straight ahead. This mandatory sign indicates proceed straight. It means that traffic must only travel straight ahead in the direction of the arrow. Turning is prohibited. Question 20. What is the purpose of the rule for following distance? A. To save fuel. B. To allow adequate reaction and braking time. C. To avoid glare from headlights. D. To keep traffic flowing smoothly. Answers is B. To allow adequate reaction and braking time. The rule provides a safe following distance, giving you enough time to react to hazards ahead and brake safely without colliding with the vehicle in front. Question 21. What does this sign mean? A. No parking. B. No stopping. C. Parking for limited time. D. Emergency stop lane. Answers is B. No stopping. This prohibitory sign means no stopping. You are not allowed to stop your vehicle at any time for any reason, even briefly to pick up or drop off passengers. Question 22. When should you dip your headlights? A. When approaching oncoming traffic or following closely. B. Only in heavy fog. C. When parking the vehicle. D. Never. Always use high beams. Answers is A. When approaching oncoming traffic or following closely. You must dip your headlights switch to low beams when another vehicle is approaching you, when following another vehicle closely, or in areas to avoid dazzling other drivers. Question 23. What does this sign warn about? A. Cycle lane ahead. B. Pedestrian crossing ahead. C. Children playing. D. School zone. Answers is B. Pedestrian crossing ahead. This warning sign indicates a pedestrian crossing ahead. You should be prepared to slow down or stop to give way to pedestrians using the crossing. Question 24. When are you allowed to use a handheld mobile phone while driving? A. When stopped at traffic lights. B. Never. It is illegal. C. Only for. D. If you are using a navigation app. Answers is B. Never. It is illegal. It is illegal to use a handheld mobile phone while driving in New Zealand. This includes making or receiving calls, texting, or using any other function. You must use a hands-free system. Question 25. What does this sign mean for cyclists? A. No bicycles allowed. B. Mandatory cycle track. C. Cyclists give way. D. Bicycle parking area. Answers is B. Mandatory cycle track. This mandatory sign indicates a cycle track. It means that the path or lane is for cyclists, and they must use it if it's available and safe to do so. Question 26. What is the correct procedure for entering a motorway freeway? A. Stop at the end of the ramp. B. Match speed with motorway traffic and merge safely. C. Signal then merge immediately. D. Wait for a gap and then accelerate hard. Answers is B. Match speed with motorway traffic and merge safely. When entering a motorway, use the acceleration lane to match the speed of the existing traffic on the motorway. Signal your intention and merge into a safe gap when it's clear to do so. Question 27. What does this sign warn you about? A. Wet road ahead. B. Loose gravel or stones. C. Falling rocks. D. Uneven road surface. Answers is B. Loose gravel or stones. This warning sign indicates loose gravel or stone on the road. This means there's a risk of stones being thrown up by tires and grip, so slow down. Question 28. What should you do if your vehicle starts to aquaplane? A. Brake hard and steer sharply. B. Ease off the accelerator and steer gently. C. Accelerate to regain grip. D. Turn the steering wheel rapidly. Answers is B. Ease off the accelerator and steer gently. If your vehicle aquaplanes, ease off the accelerator, keep the steering wheel straight and avoid braking suddenly. Let the vehicle slow down naturally until grip is regained. Question 29. What does this sign prohibit? A. No left turn. B. No U-turn. C. No right turn. D. No stopping. Answers is B. No U-turn. This prohibitory sign indicates no. You are not permitted to perform a U-turn on the road or at the intersection where this sign is displayed. Question 30. When approaching an intersection controlled by traffic lights, what should you do if the light is green? A. Speed up to clear quickly. B. Proceed only if the intersection is clear. C. Honk your horn. D. Assume you have right of way. Answers is B. Proceed only if the intersection is clear. Even with a green light, you must ensure the intersection is clear before proceeding. You should never enter an intersection if you might block it, even if your light is green. Question 31. What does this sign indicate about the road? A. Road widens ahead. B. Road narrows from both sides. C. Lane ends ahead. D. Divided road ahead. Answers is B. Road narrows from both sides. This warning sign indicates road narrows on both sides. You should be aware that the width of the carriageway will reduce and adjust your speed and position accordingly. Question 32. What should you do if you miss your exit on a motorway? A. Reverse back to the exit. B. Continue to the next exit and find an alternative route. C. Stop and wait for assistance. D. Make a U-turn across the median. Answers is B. Continue to the next exit and find an alternative route. If you miss your exit on a motorway, it is crucial to continue to the next available exit. Never stop, reverse, or attempt a U-turn on a motorway, as it is extremely dangerous and illegal. Question 33. What does this sign mean? A. Turn left only. B. Roundabout ahead. C. Sharp curve ahead. D. Dead end. Answers is B. Roundabout ahead. This mandatory sign indicates a roundabout or circular intersection ahead. You must give way to traffic already in the roundabout, unless signs indicate otherwise. Question 34. When driving in fog, what is the best practice for using your lights? A. High beam headlights. B. Low beam headlights and fog lights if available. C. Parking lights only. D. No lights are necessary during the day. Answers is B. Low beam headlights and fog lights if available. In fog, low beam headlights are best as high beams can reflect off the fog and worsen visibility. Use fog lights if your vehicle has them and reduce your speed significantly. Question 35. What does this sign indicate to drivers? A. Right turn only. B. No right turn. C. Right lane ends. D. U-turn permitted. Answers is B. No right turn. This prohibitory sign indicates no right turn. You are not permitted to make a right turn at the intersection or point where this sign is displayed. Question 36. What should you do if your car breaks down on the side of a busy road? A. Stay in your vehicle and wait. B. Turn on hazard lights, get safely off the road and call for help. C. Attempt to fix it yourself in the lane. D. Walk to the nearest service station. Answers is B. Turn on hazard lights, get safely off the road and call for help. If your car breaks down, turn on your hazard lights, move the vehicle as far off the road as safely possible, and ensure you and your passengers are in a safe location before calling for assistance. Question 37. What does this sign warn you about? A. Traffic congestion ahead. B. Roadworks ahead. C. Uneven road surface. D. Detour ahead. Answers is B. Road works ahead. This warning sign indicates road works ahead. You should slow down, be prepared for hazards like workers, machinery, or temporary lane changes, and follow any instructions. Question 38. When is it legal to perform a U-turn? A. At any intersection if there is no traffic. B. When there are no signs prohibiting it and it is safe to do so. C. Only in residential areas. D. When a traffic light is green. Answers is B. When there are no signs prohibiting it and it is safe to do so. You can perform a U-turn only when it is safe to do so. There are no signs prohibiting it, and you do not obstruct other traffic. Avoid U-turns near intersections or on busy roads. Question 39. What does this sign indicate about the road? A. Uneven road. B. Hump or speed bump ahead. C. Dip in the road. D. Road narrows. Answers is B. Hump or speed bump ahead. This warning sign indicates a hump or speed bump ahead. You should reduce your speed significantly to avoid damage to your vehicle or loss of control. Question 40. What should you do when driving past a school bus that has stopped with flashing red lights? A. Slow down and pass carefully. B. Stop until the lights stop flashing and bus moves. C. Honk to alert children. D. Overtake if safe. Answers is B. Stop until the lights stop flashing and bus moves. In New Zealand, if a school bus stops with its red lights flashing, you must stop regardless of which direction you are travelling from. You must remain stopped until the lights stop flashing and the bus moves on. Question 41. What does this sign indicate? A. No stopping. B. No parking. C. Parking zone. D. Limited parking. Answers is B. No parking. This prohibitory sign means no parking. You are not allowed to park your vehicle here, but you may stop temporarily to pick up or drop off passengers or goods, as long as you do not leave the vehicle unattended. Question 42. What must you do before making a left turn at an intersection? A. Speed up to clear the intersection. B. Signal left, check mirrors and give way to pedestrians. C. Flash your headlights. D. Always stop completely. Answers is B. Signal left, check mirrors and give way to pedestrians. Before a left turn, signal left, check your mirrors and ensure it's safe. You must give way to any pedestrians crossing the road you are turning into and any vehicles you are crossing paths with. Question 43. What does this warning sign indicate? A. School ahead. B. Children likely to be present. C. Playground nearby. D. Pedestrian crossing. Answers is B. Children likely to be present. This warning sign indicates children. It is placed near schools, parks, or residential areas to alert drivers that children may be playing near or crossing the road, requiring extra caution. Question 44. When is it acceptable to cross a solid yellow line on the road? A. To overtake a slow vehicle. B. Only to avoid an obstruction or turn into a driveway. C. At night when traffic is light. D. If you are in a hurry. Answers is B. Only to avoid an obstruction or turn into a driveway. A solid yellow line on the road that crossing it is prohibited for passing or changing lanes. You may only cross it if you need to avoid an obstruction or to turn into a driveway or private property. Question 45. What does this sign mean for drivers of passenger cars? A. No entry for passenger cars. B. Mandatory route for passenger cars. C. Passenger car parking. D. Slow down for passenger cars. Answers is B. Mandatory route for passenger cars. This mandatory sign indicates movement of passenger cars, or a mandatory route for them. Drivers of passenger cars must follow the route or lane. Question 46. What is the primary function of car? A. To keep drivers alert. B. To secure occupants in a crash. C. To prevent passengers from moving around. D. To protect against whiplash. Answers is B. To secure occupants in a crash. Are designed to restrain vehicle occupants in the event of a crash, preventing them from being thrown around inside the vehicle or ejected, thereby significantly reducing. Question 47. What does this sign mean? A. Two-way traffic ahead. B. One-way road. C. Divided highway. D. Road ends. Answers is B. One-way road. This information sign indicates a one-way road. Traffic is permitted to travel in one direction only. Ensure you are traveling in the correct direction. Question 48. How should you position your hands on the steering wheel? A. At the 10 and 2 o'clock positions. B. At the 9 and 3 o'clock positions. C. At the 12 o'clock position. D. Any comfortable position. Answers is B. At the 9 and 3 o'clock positions. The 9 and 3 o'clock positions allow for better control and balance, especially with modern steering techniques and airbags, reducing the risk of injury during airbag deployment. Question 49. What does this sign warn about? A. Strong headwind. B. Strong side wind. C. Turbulence ahead. D. Road slippery in wind. Answers is B. Strong side wind. This warning sign indicates side wind ahead. Drivers should be aware of potential strong crosswinds that could affect vehicle stability, especially for vehicles, and adjust speed. Question 50. What is defensive driving? A. Aggressive driving to assert priority. B. Anticipating hazards and preparing for them. C. Always driving at the speed limit. D. Relying on other drivers to be careful. Answers is B. Anticipating hazards and preparing for them. Defensive driving involves constantly scanning the road for potential hazards, anticipating actions of other road users, and being prepared to react safely to avoid accidents. Question 51. What does this sign indicate to drivers? A. Recommended speed limit. B. Maximum speed limit. C. Minimum speed limit, D. Speed camera ahead. Answers is B. Maximum speed limit. This prohibitory sign indicates a maximum speed limit. In this case, it means the maximum speed allowed is 50. Exceeding this limit is illegal. Question 52. When changing lanes, what is the correct sequence of actions? A. Steer, signal, check mirrors. B. Check mirrors, signal, blind spot, check, then steer. C. Signal, steer, check mirrors. D. Blind spot, check, steer, signal. Answers is B. Check mirrors, signal, blind spot, check, then steer. The correct sequence for a lane change is to first check your mirrors, then signal your intention, perform a blind spot check, and finally, if it's safe, smoothly steer into the new lane. Question 53. What does this sign warn about? A. Domestic animals. B. Wild animals crossing. C. Farm animals crossing. D. Zoo nearby. Answers is B. Wild animals crossing. This warning sign indicates wild may be crossing the road. Drivers should be especially alert at dawn and dusk, reduce speed, and be prepared to stop suddenly. Question 54. What should you do if your brakes suddenly fail while driving? A. Turn off the engine immediately. B. Pump the brake pedal downshift, use the handbrake gently. C. Steer into oncoming traffic. D. Close your eyes and hope for the best. Answers is B. Pump the brake pedal downshift, use the handbrake gently. If your brakes fail, pump the brake pedal rapidly to build pressure, shift to a lower gear to use engine braking, and apply the handbrake gently to avoid locking the wheels, while steering to a safe area. Question 55. What does this sign indicate about the road ahead? A. Steep ascent. B. Steep descent. C. Hump ahead. D. Road narrows. Answers is B. Steep descent. This warning sign indicates a steep descent downhill gradient ahead. You should select a lower gear to control your speed and prevent your brakes from overheating. Question 56. When parking downhill on a street with a curb, which way should you turn your wheels? A. The center of the road. B. The curb. C. Straight ahead. D. Away from the curb. Answers is B. The curb. When parking downhill with a curb, turn your front wheels towards the curb. If the brakes fail, the car will roll into the curb and stop, rather than into the road. Question 57. What does this sign mean? A. End of motorway. B. Beginning of motorway. C. Road for motor vehicles. D. Toll road ahead. Answers is B. Beginning of motorway. This information sign indicates the motorway expressway begins. Motorways have specific rules, including higher speed limits and restricted vehicle types. Question 58. What should you do if you encounter roadworks? A. Maintain speed to clear the area. B. Slow down, follow signs, and be prepared for changes. C. Overtake workers quickly. D. Assume the speed limit doesn't apply. Answers is B. Slow down, follow signs, and be prepared for changes. When encountering roadworks, always slow down, follow any temporary signs, obey traffic controllers, and be alert for hazards like loose surfaces, machinery, and workers. Question 59. What does this sign warn about ahead? A. Give way sign ahead. B. Traffic lights ahead. C. Stop sign ahead. D. Pedestrian crossing. Answers is B, traffic lights ahead. This warning sign indicates traffic light ahead. You should be prepared to slow down and stop if the traffic lights require you to do so. Question 60. What does a broken white line on the road mean? A. No passing allowed. B. Passing is permitted if safe. C. Lane ends. D. Do not cross. Answers is B. Passing is permitted if safe. A broken white line indicates that you may cross the line to change lanes or overtake, provided it is safe to do so, and there is no oncoming traffic. Question 61. What does this sign prohibit? A. Entry for cars only. B. No entry for all vehicles. C. No U-turn. D. One-way traffic. Answers is B. No entry for all vehicles. This prohibitory sign, a red circle with a white bar, means no entry for all vehicles or movement prohibited. It that no vehicles are allowed to proceed beyond this point. Question 62. What should you do if an emergency vehicle approaches with flashing lights and sirens? A. Speed up to get out of the way. B. Pull over to the left and stop if safe. C. Continue driving normally. D. Honk your horn. Answers is B. Pull over to the left and stop if safe. If an emergency vehicle e.g. police, ambulance, fire truck approaches with flashing lights and sirens, you must safely move your vehicle to the left side of the road and stop until it has passed. Question 63. What does this sign inform you about? A. Pedestrian zone. B. Pedestrian crossing ahead. C. No pedestrians. D. Shared path. Answers is B. Pedestrian crossing ahead. This information sign indicates a pedestrian crossing ahead. It warns drivers that there is a marked pedestrian crossing further along the road, where pedestrians may be crossing. Question 64. What is the legal requirement for carrying passengers in a vehicle? A. As many as can fit comfortably. B. Each passenger must have a proper seat. And C. Only children need. D. Can sit in the boot. Answers is B. Each passenger must have a proper seat and every passenger in a vehicle must have access to a properly functioning and must be wearing it correctly. It is illegal and unsafe to carry more passengers than the vehicle is designed for. Question 65. What does this sign mean? A. Go straight. B. Turn right. C. Turn left. D. No right turn. Answers is B. Turn right. This mandatory sign indicates turn right. Vehicles must turn right at the intersection or junction where this sign is displayed. This is not a choice. Question 66. What should you do if you encounter a level railway crossing with no barriers or lights? A. Speed up and cross quickly. B. Slow down, look, listen and be prepared to stop. C. Honk your horn before crossing. D. Assume no train is coming. Answers is B. Slow down, look, listen and be prepared to stop. At uncontrolled railway crossings, you must slow down, look both ways, listen for trains, and be prepared to stop if a train is approaching. Cross only when it is safe to do so. Question 67. What does this sign warn about? A. Steep hill ahead. B. Embankment or quayside ahead. C. Road ends. D. Bridge ahead. Answers is B. Embankment or quayside ahead. This warning sign indicates embankment or quayside ahead. It warns drivers of a sudden drop-off or unprotected edge of the road, such as near a river or wharf. Drive with caution. Question 68. What is the safest way to recover from a skid? A. Brake hard and turn away from skid. B. Steer into the skid and gently ease off accelerator. C. Accelerate, and D. Apply full brakes. Answers is B. Steer into the skid and gently ease off accelerator. If your vehicle skids, ease off the accelerator, avoid braking hard, and steer gently in the direction of the skid. This helps the wheels regain traction and control. Question 69. What does this sign tell you about the road? A. One-way street. B. Reversible lane road. C. Divided road. D. Bus lane. Answers is B. Reversible lane road. This information sign indicates a reversible lane road. This means that some lanes on the road can change direction of traffic flow at different times, often by overhead signals. Question 70. When should you check your tire pressure? A. Once a year. B. At least once a month and before long trips. C. Only if they look flat. D. After every refuel. Answers is B. At least once a month and before long trips. Regular tire pressure checks at least monthly and before long journeys are essential for safety, fuel efficiency, and tire longevity. Check when tires are cold. Question 71. What does this sign mean for goods vehicles? A. Overtaking lane for goods vehicles. B. No overtaking for goods vehicles. C. Goods vehicles must keep left. D. End of overtaking restriction. Answers is B. No overtaking for goods vehicles. This prohibitory sign indicates no overtaking for goods vehicles. Heavy goods vehicles are specifically prohibited from overtaking other vehicles on this section of road. Question 72. What is the purpose of engine braking downshifting when driving downhill? A. To save fuel. B. To help control speed and prevent brake overheating. C. To increase vehicle speed. D. To test the gearbox. Answers is B. To help control speed and prevent brake overheating. Engine braking by downshifting helps to slow the vehicle using the engine's resistance, reducing the reliance on and potential overheating of the vehicle's friction brakes, especially on long descents. Question 73. What does this sign indicate about the intersection? A. Priority road ahead. B. Junction with a minor road. C. Roundabout ahead. D. Road ends. Answers is B. Junction with a minor road. This warning sign indicates a junction with a minor road ahead, where a less important road joins the main road. Be aware of traffic potentially entering from the side. Question 74. What should you do if you are dazzled by the headlights of an oncoming vehicle? A. Flash your high beams back. B. Look to the left edge of your lane and slow down. C. Close your eyes briefly. D. Turn on your interior lights. Answers is B. Look to the left edge of your lane and slow down. If dazzled, avoid looking directly at the oncoming lights. Instead, look slightly down and to the left edge of your lane. Slow down and be prepared to stop until your vision recovers. Question 75. What does this sign indicate? A. Keep left. B. Pass obstacle on the right. C. Turn right ahead. D. Right lane closed. Answers is B. Pass obstacle on the right. This mandatory sign indicates pass obstacle on the right. It directs drivers to keep to the right side of the sign, typically when approaching a traffic island or central reservation. Question 76. What is the safe distance to keep from parked cars when driving past them? A. As close as possible. B. Enough room to avoid a suddenly opened door. C. A mirror's width. D. Half a car length. Answers is B. Enough room to avoid a suddenly opened door. Allowing a car door's width, approximately 1 meter from parked cars, gives you space to react if a door opens unexpectedly, or if a pedestrian steps out from between vehicles. Question 77. What does this sign warn about? A. Falling trees. B. Falling rocks. C. Uneven road surface. D. Landslide area. Answers is B. Falling rocks. This warning sign indicates falling rocks. It alerts drivers to areas where there is a risk of rocks or debris falling onto the road, requiring extra caution and speed. Question 78. What does a broken yellow line on the side of the road mean? A. No stopping allowed. B. No parking, but stopping is allowed to drop off or pick up. C. Parking is allowed at any time. D. Loading zone only. Answers is B. No parking, but stopping is allowed to drop off or pick up. A broken yellow line on the side of the road typically means no parking, but you are permitted to stop for a short period to pick up or drop off passengers or goods. Question 79. What does this sign indicate for drivers? A. Give way to oncoming traffic. B. You have priority over oncoming traffic. C. One-way traffic. D. No entry. Answers is B. You have priority over oncoming traffic. This priority sign indicates priority over oncoming traffic. It means that you have the right of way over vehicles approaching from the opposite direction, typically on a narrow section of road. Question 80. How can you reduce the risk of glare from the sun when driving? A. Wear dark sunglasses at all times. B. Keep your windscreen clean and use your sun visors. C. Speed up to get out of the sun's path. D. Only drive during overcast weather. Answers is B. Keep your windscreen clean and use your sun visors. A clean windscreen significantly reduces glare. Using your sun visors, wearing appropriate sunglasses not too dark, and maintaining a safe following distance can also help manage sun glare. Question 81. What does this sign indicate? A. Railway crossing. B. Railway crossing without barriers. C. Junction with tram lines. D. Road ends at railway. Answers is B. Railway crossing without barriers. This warning sign indicates a railway crossing without barriers. You must be prepared to stop, look, and listen for trains before crossing. Question 82. When parallel parking, how far from the curb should your vehicle be? A. Within 50. B. Within 30. C. As close as possible. D. Within 1 meter. Answers is B. Within 30. When parallel parking, your vehicle should be no more than 30, about 12 inches from the curb. This ensures you are not obstructing traffic and are safely parked. Question 83. What does this sign indicate? A. End of urban area. B. Residential area living zone. C. Parking zone. D. Playground ahead. Answers is B. Residential area living zone. This information sign indicates a residential area or living zone. These areas often have lower speed limits, typically 20, and a shared space environment for vehicles and pedestrians. Question 84. What must you do if you are involved in a crash? A. Leave immediately if no one is injured. B. Stop, check for and exchange details. C. Only call police if serious damage. D. Move all vehicles off the road. Answers is B. Stop, check for and exchange details. If involved in a crash, you must stop immediately, check for, assist anyone who needs help, and exchange names, addresses, and vehicle details with other parties involved. Report to police if or damage are significant. Question 85. What does this sign mean? A. Left turn only. B. No left turn. C. Road closed left. D. U-turn permitted. Answers is B. No left turn. This prohibitory sign indicates no left turn. You are not permitted to make a left turn at the intersection or point where this sign is displayed. Question 86. What is the maximum speed limit on an open road in New Zealand unless otherwise signposted? A. 90 km per hour. B. 100 km per hour. C. 110 km per hour. D. 80 km per hour. Answers is B. 100. The general speed limit on an open road in New Zealand is 100 unless specific signage indicates a different limit. Always adjust your speed to conditions. Question 87. What does this sign indicate to drivers? A. Airport ahead. B. Low-flying aircraft. C. Turbulence zone. D. Airfield crossing. Answers is B. Low-flying aircraft. This warning sign indicates low-flying aircraft. It alerts drivers to areas where aircraft may be flying at low altitudes, which could be surprising or distracting. Be aware. Question 88. What does it mean to give way to the right at an uncontrolled intersection? A. Give way to all vehicles. B. Give way to vehicles approaching from your right. C. Give way to vehicles turning right. D. You have priority if turning right. Answers is B. Give way to vehicles approaching from your right. At an uncontrolled intersection where no signs or lights are present, the give way to the right rule applies. You must give way to any vehicle approaching from your right. Question 89. What does this sign indicate about the road? A. Road closed. B. Change of road surface. C. Slippery road. D. Uneven road. Answers is B. Change of road surface. This warning sign indicates change of road surface. It warns drivers that the type of road surface is about to change, which might affect grip and vehicle handling. Adjust speed accordingly. Question 90. What is the stop and go rule for railway crossings? A. Stop only if a train is visible. B. Stop only if a train is coming, then go when clear. C. Always stop, even if no train is visible. D. Speed up to cross quickly without stopping. Answers is B. Stop only if a train is coming, then go when clear. This question is slightly ambiguous or refers to an informal practice rather than a formal rule. For crossings, the rule is look, listen, and be prepared to stop. For crossings with a stop sign, you must always stop. There isn't a formal stop and go rule outside of traffic light logic. Rephrasing the question or answer options would be better here for clarity given the context. Assuming it refers to the hazard perception aspect for uncontrolled crossings, where you stop only if needed. Question 91. What does this sign prohibit? A. No U-turns. B. No entry for vehicles with trailer. C. Parking for trailers only. D. Speed limit for trailers. Answers is B. No entry for vehicles with trailer. This prohibitory sign indicates no entry for vehicles with trailer. Vehicles towing trailers are not permitted to enter the road or area beyond the sign. Question 92. When is it safe to proceed at a give way sign? A. Immediately without slowing. B. When there is a safe gap in traffic. C. Only if there are no vehicles from the right. D. When other drivers flash their lights. Answers is B, when there is a safe gap in traffic. At a give way sign, you must slow down or stop and give way to all other vehicles and pedestrians. You can proceed only when the way is clear, and it is safe to do so without causing other traffic to alter speed or direction. Question 93. What does this sign mean? A. Turn right or straight only. B. Proceed straight or turn left. C. No left turn. D. Left lane ends. Answers is B. Proceed straight or turn left. This mandatory sign indicates proceed straight or left. Drivers must either go straight ahead or turn left at the intersection. Other turns are prohibited. Question 94. What does it mean to drive in a manner? A. Driving as fast as possible. B. Driving smoothly, avoiding harsh. C. Using air conditioning at all times. D. Ignoring speed limits to save fuel. Answers is B. Driving smoothly, avoiding harsh. Driving involves smooth acceleration and braking, anticipating traffic, maintaining proper tire pressure, and avoiding excessive idling. This reduces fuel consumption and emissions. Question 95. What does this sign warn about ahead? A. Speed bumps. B. Or bad road surface. C. Uneven road markings. D. Road works. Answers is B, or bad road surface. This warning sign indicates or a generally bad road surface ahead. Drivers should reduce speed and be prepared to steer carefully to avoid damage to their vehicle. Question 96. What is the safe reaction to a green arrow traffic light? A. You must stop. B. You may proceed in the direction of the arrow if safe. C. It means the light is about to turn red. D. Give way to all traffic. Answers is B. You may proceed in the direction of the arrow if safe. A green arrow means you are permitted to proceed in the direction by the arrow. However, you must still ensure the path is clear and it is safe to proceed, especially for pedestrians. Question 97. What does this sign mean? A. End of priority road. B. Priority road. C. Give way to the right. D. Stop ahead. Answers is B. Priority road. This priority sign indicates a priority road. It means you have the right of way over traffic entering from side roads, unless otherwise by other signs or signals. Question 98. When should you increase your following distance? A. Only when driving uphill. B. In bad weather, low visibility or on slippery roads. C. When you are in a hurry. D. Never, always maintain a gap. Answers is B. In bad weather, low visibility or on slippery roads. You should increase your following distance e.g. for seconds or more in adverse conditions like rain, fog, ice, or when following large vehicles, to allow more time and space to react. Question 99. What does this sign warn you about? A. Wild animals. B. Cattle crossing. C. Horse riding ahead. D. Farm machinery. Answers is B. Cattle crossing. This warning sign indicates cattle crossing. It is placed in areas where farm animals, specifically cattle, may cross or be driven across the road. Reduce speed and be prepared to stop. Question 100. What is the general rule for merging lanes on a multi-lane road? A. The fastest vehicle has priority. B. Give way to vehicles already in the lane you wish to enter. C. Signal and force your way in. D. Only merge if the other lane is empty. Answers is B. Give way to vehicles already in the lane you wish to enter. When merging lanes, you must give way to vehicles already in the lane you intend to enter. Signal your intention, check mirrors and blind spots, and merge safely when a sufficient gap appears.